Look at this, everyone. Look down there.
That white flat area beneath us.
That down there is Badwater. And somewhere out there is the lowest point in North America, 200 feet below sea level. And right now,
Badwater is more than 5,000 feet below us.
We're back in Death Valley.
Does this site right here look familiar to you? It should look familiar to you if A, you either watch my videos for quite a while,
or B, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a heart. Let me refresh your memory.
39 years ago, a movie came out with a scene shot right here, and the voice of a certain wise desert sage saying,
Mos Eisley Spaceport. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Star Wars! Right here! I am in awe.
It's crazy hard to see, but there's a little black strip right there. That is 190. That's the highway through the 110 miles of Death Valley. From here, you can barely see it. Looks like a thread.
That's crazy. I'm pretty sure a mile is 5,000 something feet, right? So we're basically a mile above the valley floor,
looking down at the lowest point on the continent. That is insane. What do you think, Al?
It's so pretty.
It is pretty, right?
This, by the way, I should probably mention, is called Dante's View, because obviously from here you look out at the inferno.
Look at that. That's the road. Last night, Allie and I slept way over there somewhere at Furnace Creek Ranch.
Furnace Creek is one of the hottest places on Earth. I'm pretty sure that's where they recorded the highest accurately recorded temperatures ever recorded, ever. But today, as you can tell, it's freezing.
Really crazy up here, because if you took a trip and took a tumble here, there is nothing to stop you from rolling thousands of feet down.
The alternative to coming here was to stay at home in Anaheim and maybe go to some antique shops, which, as much as I love doing that,
I thought I would bring Allie to Death Valley
and bring all of you guys back as well. Look, if you look across over here,
that right there is Telescope Peak, and from that peak you can see down here to the lowest part of the continent, and then over behind it is Mount Whitney,
which I'm pretty sure is the highest point on, if not the continent, at least in the lower 48 states.
So just back behind that mountain, you have the highest place in North America, and here you have the lowest.
Lots of peaks and valleys here, just like my life.
Oh yeah, so we just got a little self-service up here, and Allie just checked,
and it's 1 degree above freezing. What a fun one.
But boy, oh boy, what a view. That is fantastic. That's insane looking. Even back this way, behind Death Valley, you can see like mountain range after mountain range after mountain range back there.
I should mention, by the way, when they actually show Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker on the cliff, that's in Tunisia, in Africa, not actually here, but the view this way of Mos Eisley, it's here, Tatooine! Star Wars, the wonderful Star Wars!
Magical Star Wars waiting for you!
Okay, we can go now.
Just one last look. Mos Eisley Spaceport.
I've done 2 other videos about Star Wars sites in Death Valley. Hopefully we'll be able to see a couple more of those today, but there's a lot more stuff in Death Valley than just Star Wars.
I was just thinking, if the air is really thin up here, because it's kind of hard to breathe and whatnot,
then is the air down in Badwater thicker because it's below sea level?
We are gonna have to go find out. Okay, now back down the mountain in our borrowed truck.
The only downside to Death Valley is that everything in Death Valley is like 30 or 45 minutes from everything else. Visitor center to Dante's View up there, 45 minutes. The good part of that, though, is that you can't beat these views. Everywhere you look is a different landscape. How you like it so far, Allie?
I like it.
You like it? Sweet.
Ooh, now we're in Death Valley proper. Look at that. Endless flat
nothing.
All right, here we are. Wow, there it is. Badwater, and there's the path out to those salt flats. And one of the lowest places on the world. And if you look up here, way up against this cliff, can you see that sign right there? See that little sign? Way up there, way up there. That, way up there, is sea level. Hey, you know what that means? That means we're under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's... Okay. Look at that, you can see that little sign up there, and behind this hill, sort of out of view, 5,000 feet up is where we were standing just a little while ago. It's crazy to think that we were just about a mile up in the sky, and now we are hundreds of feet below the level of the ocean. Look at that. That must be the bad water. I was really looking forward to trying this water and seeing how bad it was, but you're not allowed to walk over here. Womp, 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 womp. Ooh, turns out it's a good thing that I couldn't reach it to taste it because it's full of pickleweed, aquatic insects, and larvae. Also home to the badwater snail. That's insane. That tiny little pond right there has its own rare species of snail. They may move around slowly, but they could go extinct very quickly. All right. Time to take a stroll. Dude, look at all of this. Look at the texture of the ground. That's what the ground here looked like before everybody walked all over it. And all that is dirt and salt. You can see here though that the entire walkway where people walk out to the lowest part of Death Valley has been completely flattened. Look at that. I don't know the exact chemical name for it, but most of the salt down here in Badwater is the same stuff as table salt. Ugh, salty. Here, Allie, have a taste.
No, that's
have
gross.
a taste.
No. What does it taste like?
It tastes like salt. I licked it, for real.
No.
Do it. Do it.
I don't think so. Somebody walked on it. I'm not gonna eat walked on salt.
Come on, 5-second rule. I got it from the side. Nobody walked on it.
Sure.
Now you'll never know what salt tastes like. Wow. As C-3PO said, my, what a desolate place this is. Hey, what are you doing down there? Are you getting yourself some salt?
I'm scared.
Just taste it, just a little taste. She did it! Now you can't get mad when I kiss the Utopia. Salt liquor!
Tastes like salt.
See, aren't you glad you came all the way to Badwater to figure out what salt tastes like? And now you know. Normally, in the summertime, it's really hot out here. Not today. Wow, look at all that salt. That's crazy. The 8th lowest place on the planet. Salt pick. Okay, I've come all the way down from the top of the mountain. It's time for me to test my theory. Huh. The air does feel thicker down here. Well, there you go. Badwater. One of the 8 lowest places on the planet. And the 13th saltiest wonder of the world. Ooh, fun pick. Okay, time to see what else we can see today in Death Valley. All right, back across the valley floor for several miles. And then we turn off onto one of the most famous roads in the National Park System. Death Valley's world famous Artist Drive. Not only is this place freaking beautiful, but it's also used in Star Wars as well. This whole area is called Artist Drive and Artist Palette because look at how many colors you see out there on those mountains. Wow, that's awesome. All those greens and reds and purples and orange and yellow. All I can think of is, oh, how I love my coat of many colors. There was red and green and purple and orange and mauve and ochre and brown and blue and orange and green. Honestly, Calico and even Salvation Mountain have nothing on the colors here. It's pretty amazing. Pretty twisty drive too. Hold on to your butts. Look at that amazing view. And look at this amazing dip. Whoa! Hold on, Allie girl. We're gonna get you through. Ooh, what'd I tell you about the twistiness? All right, just around the next curve up here is the world famous Artist's Palette. Check this out. Look at the colors out there. So many colors. I see red and orange and ochre and blue and mauve and... Look at that back there. I see bright purple and bright green and Wow. Isn't that beautiful, Allie?
Mm-hmm.
It's gorgeous. What do you think?
It's so pretty.
Yeah, so pretty. And not only is that traditional view of Artist Palette pretty, but you know what else is pretty? Is this view down here. This is where you first see R2-D2 after he splits off a C-3PO. He's coming around the bend in this canyon. Look at all those people enjoying the pretty colors, and the fools have no idea that right behind them is a Star Wars. Star Wars! And now Allie's standing right where the sand crawler was matte painted in Star Wars as well. Little tiny Jawas carrying R2-D2 away. This was in the background. Awesome! Like I said, I know I've already filmed 2 videos about Star Wars locations in Death Valley, but I'll probably film 200 more because it's awesome. Just look at that scene though. Look at all the different colors and shades of color that you can see out here at Artist Palette. That's amazing. Allie literally asked me if someone painted it like that because the color is so... We came down to get a closer look at the colors. Check this out. Holy cow. That is so purple looking. I don't know how it's gonna look on camera, but this is like Joker purple. That's like kind of soft pink. This is like normal brown. This is kind of mind-blowing in here. Hey, 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 hey. Be careful over there. There could be Jawas. You could definitely picture something creepy living in there. Precious! No, Precious! I scared Allie away. Look at this little nub on top of the purple hill. I want to name this little nub the Purple Nurple. Oh, wow. Look at the view from on top of the Purple Nurple. Look at all those colors. What a bevy of assorted flavors. Be sure, if you come to Death Valley, to make sure to climb up on top of the Purple Nurple. I think I just found the perfect name, don't you? Look at this here. There's all kinds of green and orange and green and purple and red and blue and teal and turquoise and orange and yellow and pink and green. I mean, this really is like visiting another world. Look at this. It's like a flippin' rainbow. Amazing.
So many colorful mountains.
And so much lunch meat.
Hey, Allie, you ever seen a sand dune before?
No.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. I think before we go check out the sand dunes though, we should probably stop off and refill our supplies. Time to head to the oasis below sea level. Furnace Creek Ranch.
Check this out. You would not expect to see this in the desert. There's grass and trees and the world's lowest golf course down there. There's a post office and a pool. And then there's these cute little hotel rooms, like little ranch houses. Allie and I stayed in one last night. Normally this place is super, super expensive, but I got it for a steal. So that's part of the reason why we wanted to come out here. And it's not just cute little rooms. They got a buffet over there, which doubles as a steakhouse, a saloon, and a general store. Just like the flush times in the old West. There were fancy little campfires out here last night, fancy recycling. Ooh, check out these little cushions around the palm tree area. I know what these are for. Prince Ali, fabulous Haley, Bob was strong as 10 regular men, definitely. Wait for me, I'll stop singing, I promise. Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff in here. Look at the glass sculpture. Oh, excuse me. Glass cactus. Look at all the stones and jewelry. Oh, dang, it's sick t-shirts, bro. Oh, look, wish pets. A wish come true. Allie, want something cuddly? Want something cuddly? Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Oh, I won't do that anymore. I won't do that anymore. I want something cuddly. Okay, how about this one? The kangaroo rat. The kangaroo rat. So cute. Ooh, I like the bat. The bat's cute. Now, why don't you like bats in real life? She's scared of rabies. Like that's ever happened.
Everyone knows you can't get rabies from things that are cute.
All right, here's the grub. This is what we were looking for. Reese's, Famous Amos, Chips Ahoy, Body Wash, really tiny toothbrushes,
And most glorious
Mountain Dew. All right, we got some Mountain Dew, we got some Dr. Pepper. We don't really need any Death Valley baseballs. Do we need any Death Valley baseballs? No? Oh, okay. Are you sure we shouldn't just grab a few just to make sure? We might. Okay. Ooh, maybe a Death Valley ornament?
All right, I think I work.
is done here.
It's like a full-on resort out here, including all the amenities and, most importantly, flushing toilets.
They even have their own little borax museum on the property.
Death Valley was discovered during the California Gold Rush.
And a lot of gold miners came here trying to make their fortunes.
Unfortunately, almost none of those gold mines were profitable, but they did find
Borax.
That's the stuff that Grandma used to wash the laundry with.
20 Muir Team Borax. Look at all the borax up here.
They did a lot of borax mining here in Death Valley until there really wasn't any borax left. So then they moved the borax mine to a borax pit mine near the town of Boron, California. The story is pretty boring.
There's the 20 Mule team right there carrying borax. Want some borax? Borax. 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 Not borax.
Ooh. Outside exhibits.
Would you look at the size of these outdoor exhibits?
Look at all this stuff.
Look at this, Allie. They got a homemade ore car.
There's a printing press out here.
A giant diesel engine sitting out here.
Check it out. You can see who built it right there.
Nobody thought those brothers were cool.
They were just too basic.
Check out this stagecoach right here.
These are all actual stagecoaches actually used out here. That is crazy, Allie. That is insane. That is the real. Oh, okay.
Now, as much as I like taking the stagecoach, and you all do too, remember Tombstone?
I think I'd rather take the train.
Look at the size of this engine. Death Valley Railroad.
They use this train to haul, you guessed it, borax.
Dude, but how sick is it to tell your buddies like, yeah, I'm an engineer on the Death Valley Railroad.
Look at this here. This is one of the thingies that the 20 mules used to haul.
This is the one that held the big water tank for the 20 mules, I'm assuming.
Mules get powerful thirsty, Allie. Powerful thirsty.
Ooh, I think I know what this one is. That's my bathtub!
Dang, someone threw trash in my bathtub.
Yep, Death Valley was truly a place for the hardcore only. And apparently, the tennis players.
And back there, for the golfers.
And if our travels today are any indication, also the Germans. A lot of Germans in Death Valley today.
Yeah, you see, we Germans are covered with germs. And we have to come to the desert to get rid of our germs.
That's my theory anyway.
Dang, unfortunately we're here in the winter, so the sun sets really early out here.
Allie, I don't think we're gonna be able to see the rest of the museum.
Do you mind?
Do you mind?
I got the jokes.
All right, next stop, sand dunes. It is difficult to over-exaggerate the distance between stuff in Death Valley, how far it takes to get from one location to another location. Death Valley National Park is the size of Connecticut, so you can only imagine.
Oh snap, what'd that sign back there say?
The Devil's Cornfield.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Whoa, the Devil's Cornfield.
Huh, that sure is some funny looking corn out here.
Okay.
Some awfully strange looking stuff.
Nobody tells Satan I said this.
But between you and me, he kind of sucks at growing corn.
As a matter of fact, I'm starting to think this isn't corn at all.
That's a fake! It's a big fat phony!
It's a trick! It's the devil's trick! Run!
It's the devil's cornfield! It's a trick! A trick of Satan! It's a trick of Satan!
Oh, it was a trick of Satan!
The devil's a liar! He can't grow corn. And, well, I guess you had to be there.
Sand dune?
Okay, sand dune.
All right. Sand dunes!
These are the Mesquite Dunes, and they're a very popular destination in Death Valley, and a very popular place for fun pics.
And these are also, by the way, the sand dunes where R2-D2 leaves C-3PO and shows him going off towards the rocky settlements before he gets captured by Jawas from Star Wars.
I love the way sand feels.
It's way more powdery than like beach sand. Like it's way finer. Like I feel like beach sand is kind of like the texture of sugar.
And the sand out here at these sand dunes is like powdered sugar.
Then again, a lot of beach sand is fake. Like a lot of beach sand gets trucked into beaches because it erodes away, you know? So they're phonies.
Look at all the footprints out here. You can see a lot of people visit these ones.
You have to actually travel a pretty fair ways out on the dunes to find a spot with no footprints. Oh, I can hear jets out there. Area 51 is just over those mountains. It's that way, not too far, at least as the crow or the plane flies. Well, there's a couple of jet fighters doing some crazy, weird looking maneuvers out here. And I don't want to be whatever, but on the way here, on the drive here from Baker, California, Allie and I saw this light in the sky for a long time, like a plane or whatever, sitting in the sky, and then all of a sudden, shoo, streak down behind a mountain or across the horizon.
Like a shooting star.
We have no idea what it was. Therefore, it was unidentified. Therefore,
Unidentified flying object.
Rock.
what is that?
I don't know.
It's just sandstone. It's just sand, compressed sand. So it kind of is a rock, or a future rock. Future sandstone.
I learned about sandstone from playing Minecraft.
Sand dunes are incredibly difficult to walk across here. I thought Allie would be complaining, but instead, she's having the time of her life. She's kicking up all the sand. She wants to hike to the farthest one. You're full of surprises.
I feel like I should like ride a camel through here.
Okay. Arabian Nights, Arabian Days. What are you doing?
Putting my hands in the sand.
Putting your hands in the sand? You know, having the sonic booms and the rumble of the creepy Area 51 jets over here is really making the vibe on these sand dunes pretty weird. In Star Wars, there was a dune out here where they sent R2-D2 off towards those mountains. You could see him leaving his tracks in the sand. You could even see those big dunes back there. They've changed positions some, but pretty much still the same as it was 40 years ago. Come on, Allie. We can do it. Top of the dunes. Hey, go! No! Oh, fun. There's sand in my nose now.
I thought you said don't fall.
Oh yeah. Follow me, Allie. I know what I'm doing, Allie. Don't fall down the sand dune, Allie. And then, of course, 5 seconds later, I eat it. Look at that. I could track you so easily. Okay, well, we made it. We're on top of the sand dunes. What do you think?
They're sandy.
They're sandy. They're sandy. I'm glad we could come all the way out here for that review, Allie. Thank you. Somewhere out here, little R2-D2 set off on an epic adventure. Amazing. All right, moving on. The sun is going down in the Old West. It was really nice to get out of the typical SoCal suburban blight for a day. What do you think, Tiny? Nice to get out of the city for one day?
Yeah.
Nice to get out of beauty school?
Yes.
Death Valley is a wonderful, beautiful place with a ton of stuff to explore that I've never even been to yet. There's even a castle out here, which is actually closed to the public for the time being. There's a crazy volcanic crater, there's a waterfall out in the desert, there's ghost towns. So there's a lot more stuff to explore out here. So hopefully we can come back very soon. I always intended to do a lot of national park exploring when I started doing the videos, but everything in Death Valley is so far apart from each other that every time I come here, I come with someone who's never been, and we're trying to see all the classic sights. I feel like I only scratched the tip of the iceberg. I only crest the tip of the sand dune. Anyway, if you like this video, please feel free to share it, obviously, and check out the links below for ways you can help us to keep the show on the road. We got t-shirts, we got hats, we got other stuff going on. It's winter time now, so things have sort of slowed down a little, but we're already making tentative plans for next year. And if everything next year even goes somewhat according to plan, we will probably be visiting at least 34 states together. So make sure to check those links down below, including the link to our December meet and greet with Disney Imagineer Bob Gurr. And we'll see you all a little later. You have anything you want to say to everybody, Allison?
You've done your duty.
You can go home and sleep well.
What, did you think I was gonna do something funny? You think I was gonna do something funny? You think I was gonna do something ridiculous at the end of the video? Is that why you watched this long? Is it? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. However, earlier Allie did catch me singing to myself, so roll the clip. See you later.
da 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 da.